Sixth church, ladies corner my 15-year-old daughter at the farmer's market, calling her unchristian and demanding she love the illegitimate children her dead father left behind. My ex-mother-in-law had sent them. That was the last straw. And what I did next left her so disgraced that her entire church shunned her. This is how it happened. If you've ever wished karma would just hurry up and hit the people who deserve it, hit that like button right now. Subscribe for more stories of sweet, satisfying revenge. Because today's tale, it's one of the most jaw-dropping church scandals you'll ever hear. Tone, somber, sympathetic. When my husband died last year, my daughters and I should have been surrounded by love, comfort, and healing. Instead, we were thrown headfirst into a storm of betrayal and family drama that still makes my blood boil. See, before his accident, I discovered my husband had been cheating on me, not just a fling. He had 2 sons with the other woman, but fate twisted the knife deeper. When he died, so did his affair partner, leaving those boys orphaned. My daughters, 17 and 15, were devastated. Not only had they lost their father, they were forced to carry the trauma of being the ones who uncovered his affair in the first place. They felt guilt, confusion, rage. They're still in therapy, trying to untangle the mess he left behind. And while we were barely holding ourselves together, his parents, my ex-in-laws, decided to make everything worse. They tried to fight for custody of my girls. They pushed a move in with us. They wanted to dictate how we lived our lives, all while worshiping the memory of their perfect son. But the worst betrayal? When my ex-MIL weaponized her church against us. Tone, tense, protective. It happened on my youngest birthday. We'd gone to the weekend farmer's market, a place she loves, for sweets and chocolate. It was supposed to be fun, healing, special. But after an hour, she called me in tears. Mom, some weird ladies are yelling at me. I froze. My heart dropped into my stomach. I grabbed my older daughter and ran. And there they were, 6 older women surrounding my 15-year-old, their voices sharp like knives. They told her she was unchristian, that she was heartless for not loving her father's affair children, that she should be a good big sister to the poor orphans. My daughter stood frozen, her arms wrapped around her little bag of chocolates like a shield. Her face was red and wet with tears. I shoved myself between her and those women. You will not speak to my child like that, I hissed. One woman had the gall to sneer back. You should obey your in-laws like a good Christian wife. My vision blurred with rage. My body shook. But I kept my voice firm, sharp, cutting. I tore into them, calling out their cruelty, their hypocrisy, their audacity. The shouting got so heated that my security asked all of us to leave. And as I walked the car, those women followed me. I got my gun in the car, slammed the door, and drove off my head white knuckles. That night, as my daughter cried herself to sleep, I knew something had changed. Later that night, I messaged a friend from that church, one of the few decent people there. He apologized for what happened. But then he told me the truth. My ex-MIL had been on the church's Facebook group, posting a sob story. She painted herself and her husband as penniless, homeless, abandoned victims. She claimed my daughters refused to speak to them out of sheer cruelty. And here's the kicker. She even lied about the affair. She told everyone that the other woman was actually our surrogate, because I supposedly couldn't have more children. And the reason I didn't want the boys, according to her, it was because they were boys, not girls. The level of disgust I felt in that moment, I can't even put into words. She weaponized religion, pity, and lies to turn an entire community against 2 grieving children. But here's the thing about that church. They may overlook a lot of things, but infidelity, that's a mortal sin in their eyes. And I had receipts. Tone, calculated, vengeful, meticulous. Since my divorce wasn't finalized when my husband died, I still had everything. Every text, every photo, every email. Proof of his cheating. Proof of his parents enabling it. Proof of them bullying my daughters. I went to a print shop and spared no expense. Glossy, high-quality copies. pictures of my husband with his mistress in our living room, text messages where my ex-in-laws call my daughters bastards, emails where they blame them for the father, and then the piece of resistance. I didn't just think it. I created it. I spent hours creating personalized binders designed to look like church hymns. On the cover, plain inside, a horror show of lies and abuse. Very first page, a full-color photo of my husband, making up his mistress. Beneath it, a bold letter, ex-husband's name and mistress's name, a love story. I almost laughed at how what it was. Tone, suspenseful, dramatic. That Sunday, I walked into church like I belonged there. My heart was pounding, but my face stayed calm. There's a desk in the back where they keep spare hymns for people who forget theirs. Perfect. No one checks them. I slipped my binders in and walked out without a word. And then I waited. The gossip mill spun faster than I could have dreamed. By that evening, the church's Facebook page was on fire. My ex-husband and his mistress were being called names so brutal that even the pastor had to intervene to calm people down. The congregation was disgusted, not just with him, but with his parents. The proof of how they bullied their grieving granddaughters was undeniable. Apology letters started arriving at my door, invitations to rejoin the church for support. And my ex-MIL, the queen of her pity party, she was dethroned, shunned. She and my FIL left the church in disgrace. Her final Facebook post dripping with self-pity about how no one cares for the elderly anymore. Tone, triumphant cathartic. The woman who tried to weaponize her church against my children was excommunicated by the very people she thought would protect her. The same community she used to publicly shame us now whispered about her in disgust. And my daughters, they saw justice. They saw that their pain was finally acknowledged. That the people who tried to break them were the ones broken instead. For the first time in months, they smiled. That alone made it worth it. People like my ex-MIL think they can manipulate the community to control others. Their lives brought from the inside of them. The truth will always burn bright. Sometimes revenge isn't about destroying someone. Sometimes it's just about letting the mask fall on the people who praise. This story gave me chills. Smash that like button and tell me comment. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories just like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.